Viktor and Konnor, two dudes that had the C in their names replaced with K's, make up the jobber tag team, the Ascension, which surprisingly has a C in the name. They were a dominant force while in NXT, but haven't really done too well on the main roster, especially with their original beating up old guys gimmick. That didn't really go over well. I'm personally a fan of their image and theme, so when it was announced that Elite 47B would be the release of Elite Ascension figures, I was incredibly excited. Were these figures worth my level of hype? The packaging for these figures is like the other figures in the wave. The side features the face of the wrestler, and the back has the same image, just not as zoomed in. Also on the back it shows an image of the other people in the set. Also this time around, Mattel got the brand affiliations correct. Brownie points for all. Nope, just for Mattel. I have to give Mattel some props when it comes to the paint. When I think of the Ascension, I think of dudes who wear a lot of black attires. But Mattel gave us a pretty rad red outfit that has a lot of small detail work. Now this is Mattel, so be prepared for overlapping elements, missing dots here and there, and paint flaws on this. But overall, it's pretty quality and pretty shway. Also, I'm really glad that they gave Konnor a bigger body than his basic. He's a big guy, so it's nice to see him beefed up here. I think that Viktor, though, is the weaker of the two, but just by a small margin. He's a good figure, don't get me wrong, but what's wrong with it is both these figures reuse the basic head scan, and I never really thought that the Viktor scan was that great. With Konnor, you get a level of evil in his sneer, but Viktor has no such expression, it's just straight face. He looks like a dude you might see with a really cool hairstyle and some odd facial paint at some LARPing event. These two figures have their entrance gear chest pieces. They're sculpted nicely and easy to remove for Konnor. But watch out with Viktor. I feel like if you remove this too many times, it will break off his ponytail. The set also has the build-a-diorama. A bummer is that these two pieces don't sync up with each other, so if you just want the Ascension in this set, you will get two separate non-linking backdrops. Bummer. Also, they should call this a backdrop and not a diorama. Overall, to be honest, I didn't have that much hype for this release, which is funny because at the start of this video I said I was hyped. I think the tagline for Elite 47B is figures that Mattel should have released ages ago. It's a bummer that we never got these guys with an Elite heel Stardust, but hey, better late than never. These figures rock, and I think that my hype level was justified when in the original start of the video I said I was hyped, but then later I said I wasn't hyped. That's because I wrote the script, I wrote the script at separate times, guys. I'm really sorry that I did that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is very unprofessional, so I'll get back to the script. Yeah, these figures rock, and if it wasn't for the gold dust in the set, they'd be the defining figures of the wave. I imagine that 47A is definitely going to overshadow 47B. But don't forget about these two guys and gold dust. Hopefully you can get them at a sweet discount to make them even better figures. And if you want, you can hit that like, comment, subscribe button and get me at no discount. For free, actually. I think.